Map number 1 went surprisingly, you have to kind of say, in the favor of alternate attacks. Inferno, where it looked like Windigo was going a little bit of the puck style. It's going to be now map number 2. We have still 2 minutes until we go live for the knife. And this is the pick, by the way, of alternate attacks. And to give you a little bit of statistics about this map, they have played it in total 30 times the past 3 months. Means 10 times a month, which is about, if my calculations go right, 2 to 3 times a week officially. With a lot of more pracs, I can imagine. And in general, they have beaten Windigo already on this map 16-10. They've beaten Windigo on this map 16-11. So, in general, this alternate attacks lineup is quite capable of playing decently against the Bulgarian teams and against a lot of other teams. But I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be a repetition of it. If Windigo found a way back into this game, if Windigo found a way to get back into their mindset, I feel on the other side will be nothing else. Well then, let's say it like this, just another game in favor of the alternate attacks, guys. So, Jan, what do you think what will right now happen for Windigo? They kind of tilted, they don't looking that strong recently. Do you think that will be an easy 2-0?
I could imagine so, yeah. Especially after seeing their VG side. I think they have to start on the CT side and get a lot of rounds there, because otherwise I don't have any hopes for them.
And so it will be just a knife round. We're starting soon up. As the Hellcase Cup number 7 is gonna continue with the Bulgarian-German duel. Or it could be Hunter and his boys finishing it off very, very early on in his best of 3 series. The question is if that will happen or not. And it seems like we're going live into it. Knife round starting in 5 seconds. It's gonna be decided where to start, when, and why. And Ships and his team would probably benefit a little from having that kind of advantage. We'll see if it will go and how it will go. Not quite sure if that will happen, but either way, finally starting up, and our map number 2 goes live. As Mirage, home soil of alternate attacks. Wait, Ian, do you see this?
Yeah, I hate it, just knife, please.
What the hell is this?
It's not a major final. It's really tilting also and face it.
I mean, it seems like
I hate it.
They're doing major strats right now with knifing, and it's Cyrus on falling first. Why would you do that? It's kind of works.
Hope they lose now.
But don't be so tilted. Be nice. And there it goes. When you go take that one. I have no idea why they didn't just go for a classic knife in that situation. But either way, Windigo staying on the CT site. And so it will be start for the Bulgarians on the favorite position. There we have it. Ships with the smoke as well as that kit. He's, by the way, the youngest individual on the entire server. 17 years old. Ships just is. I mean, the other guys are a little older than him. 2 of them are actually 26 years old there in Windigo, but getting back to our game, of course, alternate attacks, major aggression, they seem to put down towards B, and Spellin and his team seem to be prepared for exactly that. As now they're coming through, Spellin finds himself the first, Stefan getting taken out by Bubble as well. Well, not the best of a start, it seems to be at that point in time. As Hunden can't connect on his shots, Punisher finds himself another, Cyrus on there to play out the opponent, and the bomb makes a run. Hunden goes over. And instead of underpass, he rather likes to play it over back on the site of the tees. Going totally back. Saracen finding himself one. He's taken a lot of attention from the opponent team. He's thinking ships as well. Down to 5 HP. One of the Bulgarians is right now. And the kind of attention he takes is insane. Saracen, he just plays and he just plays and he just plays, and there he finally falls, but no bomb. Hunden having 2 in front of him. And I'm not quite happy with this. I'm not quite sure why he doesn't simply play it onto the apartments, but his decision, he knows what he's doing. Plan coming in. And there it goes.
I'm not sure why they also gave Saracen so many one-on-ones on the B side. They didn't peek him together once. He always had one-on-ones. So it almost went bad for them.
I mean, he nearly got ships there, which was already surprising, but... That goes in the favor of Windigo, starting nice. Alternate attacks for the Eco. After they got themselves the plant, they'll try to benefit right now from just that. So it will be... That one coming in, Spellman finding himself aTTaX. No surprise, round easily ends. And we gotta remember ourselves, aTTaX found the first map that can go out of this 2-0. And going out of this 2-0 now would majorly benefit them. Not quite sure in which bracket, then we'll take a look at that, in which bracket they will actually land afterwards. But I'm sure my document's going to tell us right now. Either way, again, we're having 4 AKs as well as that 1 AWP onto Saracen. And major aggression already coming in from the Opera right here. And Saracen right now finds himself spelling. And then trying to get some control towards connector, throwing the first deep smoke in this. On the other hand, ships and bubble moving more towards the T-spawn might catch those CT, the terrorists, off guard.
They heard him drop down.
Ah, and there he knows. Finds one, 3 players alive from Windigo. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now another one falls. Victor as well as Punisher running out of options, saving the guns they have. Alternate attacks already in round number 3, finding themselves the first. And if you remember right, it was actually Windigo starting off with a 4-0 lead back on Inferno, and alternate attacks found their way back into it. Now Hunden though might be able to connect onto Victor. Even that, Punisher to be the last one to be found. And Hunden could secure himself a 2K. He sees the shoulder, and he doesn't pull through entirely. A bit of a surprise, actually. aTTaX should be now able to make the run for it, but with 19 HP, the Bulgarian should now be found, not letting him save that rifle he has in his hands. But aTTaX doesn't dare. But he knows, and he should now go for the run. He does exactly that. Go for it, aTTaX, do it! aTTaX, do it! Please! He doesn't.
The ramp player just made noise when he dropped down from the ledge, and I'm not sure why he did it. That was so stupid.
You're not satisfied by Windigo, aren't you?
No, because why would you drop down from that ledge in ramp? Pretty obvious that it will make noise, and aTTaX heard it in apps, and you can see that they all had focus on him. Which cost them the entire round again.
Yeah, as easy as it goes right here. Oh, this is mid-control done kind of right. Saracen falls to a push from Punisher as well as Bubble. Suppressing fire coming in from behind. Punisher going more aggressive. 2-0. 2 players already found here by Windigo, and it might be aTTaX falling already that early. And aTTaX, though, the way he lurks, makes himself look successful as he does find himself. That's certain frag. Options still there. They just gotta wait up. and make it right. As Windigo want to put up some resistance, not allow alternate aTTaX to find Mirage right here. It's not abysmal what they have done that map before, but they seem disgruntled. They seemed that they were not even confident enough to prevail. Now the mid control. It's quite hard. Look how much open space Windigo is giving them right now.
Too passive, I think.
Once more, I mean, we had it on the A side Inferno already. Technically speaking, if ECFN would now move over to get away with his team towards connector, it would have gained a lot of space, but it seems to be a good call coming in. Hunden at short, only Victor to find. And now the rotation comes in from Windigo. They gotta be so hella quick because only 20 seconds are there. Keto finds himself bubble. It's Victor back on site that needs to be finally taken out. And ECFN is able to connect onto him as well. Safe plant. No one coming in from short. And so Punisher and Spellin, who seem to be promising enough to get themselves round number 3, might be falling short either, because Keto's positioning right now is so helpful for the bomb. He doesn't even need him. ECFN with the triple. This man is right now really going into the right direction.
That's such a strange setup by Windigo. First they played so passively, and then all of a sudden Bubble just runs out kitchen like a maniac with no information on short, and gets punished for it instantly, which I really don't know what he was doing there when his mate was still on site and he just runs out there.
Confusing, isn't it? Sometimes it is just confusing, but as it goes that way, that one deagle from Punisher might do the job. Oh, Stefan on to 17. But it seems like it's all falling apart at that point in time. At least in the beginning, they can make it work, alternate aTTaX, as they're making Windigo deviate from them. And so, straying around sometimes doesn't lead you to the actual result you're looking for. The following round will deliver us a Bulgarian team with a decent economy and a decent armory and weaponry coming up, but either way, I think aTTaX really got that kind of morale and also that kind of setup mentally to take this home easily 2-0 and don't even have any problems doing so.
Yeah, if aTTaX gets confidence, they are a really, really good team.
I mean, most of the time, yeah, it's already alternate aTTaX winning this map against Windigo. And then on the other hand, it's right now Windigo seemingly kind of unconcentrated, not really focused there in that game. I think that's a very deadly combination for Windigo, and not in a good way.
Right, especially because ECFN is having one of his good games again. It's always like, is he good? And if he's good, then aTTaX is a really, really dangerous team.
I mean, you can rely on Cyrison and Stefan performing when ECFN is there as well. A lot of things go right. Now, first of all, man advantage. Keto falling as well. Stefan and Hunden need to do the job. As they find themselves nothing on connector. This is a little bit given away and from behind. Victor could easily find himself Hunden. He's not pulling over. Look what kind of path Hunden can actually take. Behind the smoke, if he finds himself Victor, he could easily go himself on the B site. And he's just walking past Victor.
Oh,
he's going onto the B site. He's gonna plant that bomb.
No bubble is there.
It is bubble there, but should have heard him. And he has the advantage to do so. That bomb is going to be planted, and probably Windigo is majorly surprised that that even happened. Hard to expect that Hunden clutches this, but I have hope and a big bunch of belief right now in the Danish IGL. Time is ticking away. Punisher is the only one with a kit in his hands. Now he knows about 2. He still takes that fight. And so it's the third one coming in from Bubble and his team. It took a while to retrieve back into it, but the economy of aTTaX, it's still looking decent. It's still looking fine. And for me, it seems like that could be just once more alternate aTTaX right now, picking up this round. And if they do so, Windigo will have that bit of an economic problem. Partially, not majorly, but still existent.
Yeah. But again, you can see that Hanten in the afterblinds, he looks pretty unsecure. He took an awkward spot again, and then he just, after like 10 seconds, moved openly from side to side, and
yeah.
you can just see that he's not really confident in his own aim. Which is never a good thing.
That's true. It's kind of unfortunate when you have to go into the mindset that you win those duels either way. Because otherwise, when do you even fight? First of all, Sarson doesn't meet Punisher. He's not going for that kind of aggression. The players off alternate attacks now, moving towards middle, where Spellin might be able to find them. Sees the first shoulder, whiffs the shot. And so the B set would actually be a quite good position to attack. I mean, in the beginning of the round it already was. They were just kind of scared due to the Molotov and then returned back the direction of the T-spawn, but mid control obtains by alternate attacks. So they just gotta utilize it and make it work with the smoke, getting Bubble's eyes fully covered. Needs to be Keto now, coming out and utilizing and using especially that certain distraction his team is pulling up. Not squatting in the corner. It's time to make something possible, and it's time to get yourself on the A site. Hunden should be able to get Punisher, he does. And two are back on the site. Ship's positioning is so crucial in this, as he might be the one denying the plant, and he does exactly that. As now only Spellin needs to be found. That bomb is not down. Cyrison finished it off. 4-3, and now take a look at the bank accounts of Windigo.
Wait, but why did Spellin? It was 8 seconds left. He could have just stayed passively in seed point. They had to push him.
That's
and
true.
Was down in front of fire, so I'm not sure why he white peeked there.
Wasn't the bomb not directly in front of his feet, or like at least he knew
it was
where
in
it
front
was?
of firebox. Yeah, he could just spot across. In 8 seconds, there was no way they could pick the bomb and plant it.
It's weird sometimes. It just sometimes is. So it will be Punisher, Bubble, and the rest of the team, first of all, living without Spellin through this round number 8. And as it seems right now, alternate attacks have found the right kind of formula to shut Windigo down. Just to give you a little bit of an insight about this entire match, alternate attacks on a map like Mirage, they feel very much 50-50. It doesn't even matter if CT or T side, they can perform on both. So Hunden finds himself ships, one after another falling. Windigo losing players left, right, and center. Two standing short. And so it should be Victor falling as well. Bubble can try, but probably saving up with armor as well as a Famaz is the best of an idea. And now Hunden even gets him a triple secured. Windigo's on the right path, Yen. And they're very much getting control round after round.
Yeah, but I think Windigo is really tilted. I'm not sure why they went for a force buy in this round.
I mean, down to an eco right now, so...
Yeah, they had an AWP and 3 CZs and 1 FAMAS, so I'm really not a big fan of it.
Yeah, it's not looking that brilliant, unfortunately. And Windigo, not quite sure if they can grab any control by just those USPSs. They seem extremely disgruntled and kind of mad at that point in time. It's a tough pill to swallow, and they don't want to swallow it, but it doesn't look like it's going in the other different direction. It's sinister for Windigo, whilst alternate attacks play it by the book. Now full focus against all those pistols. You don't want to lose players. Talking about exactly this. It now needs to be Hunden and his team not losing against pistol. I know it sounds so easy, but it can happen so fast. Well, Hunden only getting himself one. That's way too few frags. Spellin. It's not working out at that point in time. Only him alive. As he wants to go for that knife, he's switching up to the AK. He even makes that work! Incredibly enough, he tries to go down for ECFN. He wants that knife frag, but he denies. Oh, that was a back and forth. And you have to imagine this round started with only USPSs on Windigo. They still find themselves so much frags in that situation.
Both teams are really struggling against Ecos. I'm not sure what's happening there.
It's so worrying, though. I mean,
no.
You're nearly falling short against just nothing else than USPSs. It's nothing like... It's not like there's ZZs and armor and maybe a little kit or a utility. It's just USPS, nothing else. There's now Saracen. Really? Yeah, I think got a little overconfident there. Oh. But overconfidence costed himself his life. I mean, if it's a 6-3 scoreline, I think you're not really able to allow yourself overconfidence.
Not really, no. But I like confident plays, so it's alright.
And with that being said, ECFN taken out of the game, Hunden and Stefan. They need to find themselves a good bunch of plays and... Oh, take a look at Stefan. He has a good kind of positioning right now. He needs to coordinate himself together with Hunden. Because in case Hunden makes a bit of noise, Punisher might shift over his aim. He does not do so. Now he does. It's kind of weird. But either way, Hunden on his own. The back and forth from Punisher stopped. And with Hunden getting one, that was a nice shot. 3 more to go. The Molo is... I love that. Victor has to move out. He finds him either way. 4-6 alternate attacks. Still have decent money. Not looking that way for Windigo. And if now Saracen gets back into his actual position, into his actual kind of mindset to play confident but not overconfident, I think aTTaX could once more hurt that economic state of Windigo quite massively.
I think this round is one of the most important in the half. Either team has to go into an eco round. And if Windigo has to eco, I think they are gonna lose it mentally. Whoa!
And the back and forth is just so beautiful. It comes down only to Victor against free German Saracen. He denies it. And gives aTTaX the number 7. And once more, a close look at the wallets of Windigo tells us that will not be a good round for the Bulgarians.
Yeah, now they're in deep trouble. Because the buy next one is also not gonna be good with power lane ships only on 1.5, 1.7.
I mean, especially ships on 1.4. It's not gonna deliver him much. So it should be... Yeah, I mean,
Windigo is always going for the same aggressive plays.
It's a little bit redundant, isn't it? Because...
Yeah. Either go aggressive in action or in mid. And it's really a team like aTTaX will not get caught off guard by it 2 times.
Yeah, that's true. The thing about aTTaX is I think they learn from their mistakes very often. It's not like they're repeating the mistake they've done the previous round.
Yeah, and Hunden is also pretty smart in recognizing their pattern of when they go aggressive and when they don't.
With that happening, Keto. There comes a pause from Bubble. So it will be the 8-4, a ping issue onto Windigo. It's not even tactical they're going for. They didn't even take a tactical break yet, if I'm not totally wrong.
No, they didn't. As I said, I think they're not really mentally in it.
No, there. And this is the point in time where I want to look right now. What makes Windigo look so shaky? I mean, they lost at the DreamHack Open Tours Europe qualifier, but that doesn't tilt you, usually. Recently, they've performed extremely well. In the best of 3 series, they found victory against Virtus Pro 16-5 on this map. So,
yeah, I think it's more from the first snap.
yeah.
Because I know they gave it away.
I mean, the team is right now at rank number 18. Excuse me, at rank number 25. My bad. They can do better. I think if you ask me, they can do way better and go into top 20, like, in a few months. Not yet, but once the minors occur in front of the before the Faceit Major is coming up.
Yeah, I also think that they are way better than what they are showing right now.
Yeah.
It's just one of those bad days that you have in Counter-Strike.
Sometimes you do. And some of the good days right now of alternate attacks, you have to say as well.
Yeah, with ECFN and Hunden also hitting a lot. I mean, if all players from aTTaX would be hitting their shots consistently, it would be such a good team.
And now with Spellin finding Hunden, it still is not a decent buy for the Windigo sites, as we see barely any utility. And not the best in equipment regarding armor, kits. Well, Spellin doesn't even have any body armor. They're taking their time.
I really dislike that Punisher went for head armor. You know that your opponent is a full AK, then
instead of utility.
Instead,
yeah. Take a look at the sandwich right now they're making. I'm not happy how Cyrison takes so much time at this. Either way, one frag found. Spellin is known, but the positioning of ships that makes it possible. And Cyrison is taking so much time right now. He's not being a big help. He now wants to maul out ships. He stays in the corner he stays at. Oh, and take a look exactly at that. Stefan going in, now going back. Mind games he's playing. And now Cyrison needs to do the Usain Bolt. Running back on the site of B. And not quite sure how fast Punisher is going to expect that. He's fully focused on Stefan doing a mistake. He's right down, pinned down from any certain location.
Gonna be close time-wise.
Oh.
Jump.
Oh, and he gets himself
Nice.
through Spellin. Oh my god, that
So
bomb
close.
is going down. Stefan finds himself Spellin. And from short, Punisher now comes in. This means this is 2v2. With a Stefan performing perfectly. And a Cyrison whiffing the shot. Down to Stefan. He needs to ace this.
Whoa.
The way he just taps that right now onto ships. Excuse me, it was Punisher. And he finds the ace. This is Stefan finding himself. 5 frags and alternate attacks. That round seemed gone, Jan. It seemed like this could never be won. And suddenly Stefan goes full throttle. And he's there finding every single Bulgarian. And there we're back at the tilt factor.
That was so sick from Stefan. But I'm pretty sure that this is the end for Windigo. This is gonna tilt them out of oblivion. This should never ever happen.
What was it? A 4 versus 2, right?
Yeah, I was 2 and they knew where both the guys were. Oh man, that's such a tilt.
That was insane. Now, on the other hand, ECFN falling. Punisher gets himself a free AK. You don't want to fall in a redundant pattern right now.
I really think Windigo needed at least 8 or 9 rounds because their T-side looked so bad on Inferno. And now they are struggling to even get 5.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to see exactly that. I mean, on their own map pick, they could have been way better. That's the first thing. And now, I mean, to close of having an opponent with double digits. And what I find the most worrying right now, London with a nice flank. Bubble gets himself Stefan though. Victor's focus is nicely done. And he doesn't stop. Cyrus might die in this situation. As he whiffs that one, but... Oh, the bait, the kind of bait, it works. Lovely how Cyrus does that, but from behind, Chips is coming. He survives this. He somehow survives this. And he doesn't do it. That was so close from Cyrus on. My god, didn't miss much.
Again, against P250s again. They play so well against weapons, but against Ecos, aTTaX is really struggling. That's
really a weakness, a big weakness of alternate aTTaX. So you have to say that monster and beast Stefan, that certainly strong ECFN, as well as a consistent Cyrus on. In total, I'm very confident aTTaX will be able to take this home. First of all, I mean, full focus back into it, and then you might be seeing yourself winning this quite easily. Now, first of all, Ships needs to be found, stays himself towards Underwood. Keeps one step, finding one. Oh, Ships, though. Going in the right direction. Keto's there for assistance. Victor has to be the last one, as it all falls apart. And then finds him. 10-5. Yeah, and CT's head coming up for alternate aTTaX. Windigo wanted to stay on CT as they won the 9th round, which logically would be then the conclusion that they're right now switching to the little bit worse side. Could that be an easy end coming in right here?
It all depends on the pistol. If Windigo wins the pistol in the first gun round, then we are already even again. So, but if they lose this, then it's probably over. So it's all gonna come down to the pistol.
So once more, full focus. ECFN on double smoke. Excuse me, on double flashbang. Same goes for Hunden, double flashbang as well as an HE. Not quite sure what to think of that, but a very split up play. Saracen holds himself towards underpass, gets taken out actually. First flashbang been out, and Punisher gets ECFN. A little bit of a problematic situation. Hunden connects on one. Oh, Stefan. He's a bit off the top of the head of Ship. Still is able to find himself a frack. But with Keto dying 2 versus 1. A deep grenade that does barely help. Hunden doesn't seem to be aware. Gets his head ripped off. Stefan needs to find 3 more. Kid is laying there towards jungle. So he can play a bit with time, and Spellin just holds that angle, which is so impossible to pre-fire. Does Stefan still do it? Yes, he does. Okay, that is a little bit of a surprise. And he wants to go for it. Has the kid in front of his hands. Picks it up, but no time. Runs away. Windigo with number 6. aTTaX can't take control of that pistol round. That can happen. But first of all, that anti-eco coming in right now from aTTaX. We know Windigo is sometimes struggling against those buys.
Yeah, both teams are struggling today against those buys, so I wouldn't be surprised if aTTaX pick it up.
And with that 6-10 right now, still in favor of aTTaX, they need to try to at least find themselves 1 or 2 frags to not let the Windigo economy go skyrocket. Taking a look at the scoreboard real quick. 18-11 for Stefan, Hunden on 16-10. And so Victor, with that first flashbang towards middle, Hunden can't even react to it. He goes somewhere totally different. Stefan with that deagle might be able to find himself a few more frags. He's done it in the German National Championship to do quite well with that deagle. Now he stands on a close range angle. And this is where this gun becomes extremely lethal. He changes sights, and his focus vanishes. Back away from connector. So we gotta hit those straight up. No shots coming through. Ships finds himself ECF and flashbang. Now Spellin doesn't even have any kind of reacting to it. Keto is able to find bubble. Not much more to come. 34 points of health left. The UMP he might be able to save. That's actually a Galil. Taking that back still. One gun. Doesn't do the major difference. But Keto, he's going to keep it. He's not having that much of a good game right now.
It's really important that Windigo comes out alive with 4 left. Yeah, with 4 left. So they probably win the next round flawless. And if they then win the first round, aTTaX is in big trouble. And as we saw, for example, against the Weizen when they were up 11-4 and they lose a few gun rounds, their confidence is pretty shaky.
You need to get
lose it.
I mean, right now, their confidence needs to be staying back on top. They need to live with that situation, that this is okay.
Yeah. But I think a major confidence break is gonna come if you lose the first gun round, and you know that Windigo has a lot of money afterwards.
That's true. That's very, very true, unfortunately. But we'll see if they can actually make that possible or not. Stefan, the only one picking himself up an upgraded pistol together with Keto. But that should be too easy for Windigo. Going for the A side, where not a single individual of alternate attacks is standing. Wrong stack. And Hunden moving over. He will very soon give away the information that there's at least one guy, and then a few more back on the side of A. And it seems like for that moment, seems like Hunden and Co. might just give round number 8 to Windigo. They definitely do. And then when they're back at the rifles, the ops, and all those M4s they're going to play, it's time to finally strike against Sarison. He should be able to get himself an AWP in the next one, as that's how it seems to be at the moment. What are they doing back there? Are they trying some jump on the lamp? Yeah, they do. Sarison at least makes it work. So they're going to keep themselves the ZZs as well as the P250s. Stefan having a problem with pots. But there comes the buy-in, now or never pretty much.
Yeah, they have to win this one to keep the T economy in check. Because as you can already see, they have so much money. Basically a bonus round for them right now, with the UMP and Galil.
Yeah, with that bonus round right now occurring, it still needs to be aTTaX. Whatever the Windigo economy is saying in the upcoming round, now striking hot. It's usually, it is alternate attacks having a quite decent gameplay up in this entire series, in the entire game. Now full focus. Stat what you need. And so Hunden stays towards short. No aggression coming in from anyone. And a very passive play style from Windigo. We already had that kind of stuff when they were CT. Now this is also very slow and delayed, the way they're pushing onto the B side, but assistance of Sarison, who's already rotating over, and that's already dedicated. This seems to be pretty much set. First one taken out, 2 more to go. And from behind, by the way, it's 1 more coming. It's Keto, but this is now only down to this, and Sarison is not being stopped as the German op machine goes and goes. Number 11 for aTTaX. The confidence boost might be running in right now. Windigo need to go full in this buy. And
that's super important.
That was really important. And I mean, especially if Windigo is losing this round, their economy will pretty much shut out on the ground as well.
It was also very important to survive with 3 people on aTTaX side so they can get a really good buy now. So if they win this round, they're really, really close to taking a 2-0.
And as they're very close of getting themselves onto the number 12, the main focus of Windigo is definitely set towards the side of A. They want that full setup with all the smokes, grenades, and everything you can look for. And so it comes down to Saracen to hit shots early on. He sees ships, he hits it. No problem either way. And with that bomb now being down, the retake is a little bit tricky, but still not impossible to do. As Victor takes a long way around. Spell and bubble. They're trying their best to smoke with pop, and right now that bomb might be defused very soon with now the smoke not laying 100% perfect. They still need to do anything about it. Punisher, this bomb is sticking away, Jan, and it seems like the defuse will not come in. They need to make a run for it. Saracen needs to get himself on that bomb. Flashbang is coming in and he's pulling through. Now Hunden stands in front of him, finds himself one, and he gets himself that spell, and he gets himself that diffuser as well.
Now their money is in shambles again.
And that hurts your bank accounts as you say it.
That was so close, it was like 1.5 seconds.
It felt like Hunden didn't even switch to the semi. He was like pulling the trigger and realizing no more bullets come out, and instead of switching to the pistol or anything.
No. Unlucky.
Unlucky it is.
Now they're getting really, really close to you, and you're gonna get a little bit nervous once they have double digits.
Yeah, at that point in time, you need to find your focus back in this game. And I mean, especially as aTTaX, you don't want to give it away when you already found yourself victorious on the map pick of your opponent. Saracen trying to run away from this. He's able to do so without even a single bullet getting into his chest.
Keto knows that it's most likely gonna be B, so maybe they get a few kills from the stack now.
And that could very well possible. I mean, Keto especially are also right now coming in from behind. He realizes there's... Oh, actually, Hunden trying himself the best, not finding himself anything. Stefan can do it. At least one. I mean, at least one is something to work with.
Yeah, but it's not enough to really hurt the economy of Windigo. They have a lot of money again.
Yeah, that's the truth. And
aTTaX has to win 2 rounds in a row to break Windigo, which is super annoying.
That's the first thing. And secondly, aTTaX economy, in case they're losing this, will be once more shattered on the ground and pretty much down the drain.
Yeah, it's really annoying as a city to have a game like this.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that Hunden is hitting so much. He's
Yeah, Hunden is really doing a good job. I'm also kind of surprised about that. He's second best fragger right now.
Really, really strange to see.
And they're
but
now...
you can again see that the players we talked about, Keto and ECFN, need a good game for aTTaX to win, and they are really struggling now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, ECFN, I think at the beginning of this match, he got like in the first 4 or 5 rounds, he got himself 6 frags. So that's already, if my calculations aren't wrong, 75% in just the first few ones. No, excuse me, you got 12 frags. Excuse me, 50%. That's the right way around it. And I personally feel like that still shows you that there's a little bit of weakness there in the setup, but aTTaX are very much able to find themselves victorious in this kind of setup, in this entire way they're playing. That's what I wanted to say. And so with 10-11 now happening, I personally feel aTTaX right now are pretty much never, because then Windigo might feel it again.
I think this is one of the most important runs of the match to win. Especially momentum-wise, not only because of the money.
And so it will be the pause, now finally removed. Ships calling to have fun. And now we need to see if aTTaX is able to close this out 2-0, if it will be the other way around. Windigo and the boys will likely bubble in the boys. finding themselves victorious. Sarison, massive smoke wall in front of him. Has to rotate back and goes on a B site. But that focus shifts over. And Hunden, he just sneaks over. No reason to actually be silent about this. He still does exactly that. Victor spotted but not taken out. It seems like their ECFN is struggling a bit with the nerve. Sarison now found as well. The man advantage is not looking brilliant at all. For ECFN and Co. And Keto, very important to get that one. ECFN does that as well. 2 more are alive. And from CT now, Stefan comes to assist perfectly. The bomb rotates away and it will probably go there, back onto the B site. Punisher comes from middle. Keto's moving far.
There's no kit on the CTs, which is important. That'd be really, really tough.
The thing is, they're both coming in from behind, and in case Spellon doesn't move, which doesn't seem to be the case, if they win that 1 versus 2, it shouldn't be too tough to then go further diffuse. Now a lot of steps. Keto should have heard that. ECFN needs to assist his teammate perfectly. There's the first one, and now he needs to make the run. Go quick on that bomb site and make the defuse happening. Stefan doesn't need to do too much about it. And he defuses through. 8 more seconds. Stefan is not allowed to lose this duel. And from short he comes, and he might find himself that one. The flashbang is working out perfectly. How many more seconds? It doesn't even matter. Oh, nice. Swanee.
Nice.
Can you make it tighter?
No. I was so lucky that Stefan survived this one. Really, really lucky and important. But I like the initial executor of Windigo. I like that they went fast, which they never did previously. It really caught aTTaX off guard.
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising. It was a bit of a surprise. They made it work.
Now they have internet issues. So a short break for us.
And that short break, restarting the router, gives them all a little bit of time to breathe through. But I mean, we got ourselves
so much money.
We got ourselves a very interesting back and forth from time to time, right? And I think the most worrying part right here, that is a mixed kind of economy we're seeing on Windigo. And Windigo's going to buy through. I think this is not debatable. And if they are losing that round number 23, aTTaX got themselves 13 on the board, and Windigo probably need to go for some sort of eco.
Yeah, but you can see aTTaX also just survived with 2 people, which makes their buy not really that much better. And on the farmers, and they all basically bought down to 0 except for Susan. It's really still not a good position for aTTaX to be in.
Yeah, true. The restart of the router of Windigo coming in right now. Who was it again? Was it Chips? No, wait. It was... it's always with the names, isn't it?
Well.
It's always the same with the names. It's Bubble, of course. Actually a very easy to remember name. And that's certain player coming in a second at the round of 16 at the Hellcase Cup, number 7. And do you think, like, if Windigo loses that certain round number 23, there's any way of coming back into this game?
Yeah, I mean, 10-14 is still not the worst result, especially with how we saw the ecos pan out so far. It's not impossible that they maybe even take the eco round. I think you shouldn't be too worried if you're Windigo right now, even if you lose the round. Still a lot of time to come back.
And as we're waiting for this right now, sooner or later we have our restarted router hopefully coming in. I pray at least that the Bulgarian internet is going to be nice to us, and nice to also Bubble especially. We had some ping issues happening there.
They had it a lot in this match already the second pass because of it.
Yeah, true. And I mean, at such rounds, I don't know what you think about Mirage, but what's like the best way to get yourself around alternate attacks in such rounds? Because, I mean, it's not like they're showing us a dominant CT health. There's some weaknesses here and there, but what do you think would be the best approach right now from Windigo?
I still think that the fast executes is the best way to go against aTTaX, because Seoson is mid-round is gonna be anchoring with his ARP towards connector a lot, and you have to overrun him early and make him change positions as much as possible and not let him anchor somewhere. Because as you could see in the last round, he was switching from window to connector and he never really had a chance to get comfortable, and you really want him to move around and never be stable in one place. So I'm pretty sure that if they play the same round again as a fake, then they will have a lot of success with it. Because now is the time when you get nervous as a CT and you start over-rotating.
That's true. That's like the over-rotation thing is something extremely risky. Some teams fall for it. It's coming down to one of those information plays like we had with Inferno, where you might easily over-rotate if you don't have banana control. But you want to have yourself logically not in the situation. So right now we're hearing one is in the team speak. It's actually Bubble coming back. And so it's going to be round number 23, coming in with a Windigo buy that should be quite decent into its maximum. Bubble joining in. And there we got ourselves number 5 on the Windigo guys' site.
Nice, so we can finally get back into it. Hopefully Spring is fine.
Seems to be the case. 50. It's not perfect.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. It's going... it's 48. It's fine. Nice. We're going live.
We're going live. In round number 23, we might see ourselves alternate aTTaX finding themselves coming in hot. Or it will be Windigo finding themselves back in this game and going on map number 3. So it will be, first of all, on the CT side that is not looking that brilliant. We only have 2 individuals with kits right now. While holding underpass control, no major focus shifted from Windigo towards any direction yet. Alternate attacks are also not doing it with any aggression. Victor will not have anyone to aim for at that point in time. And there comes the mid focus. Sarison staying towards A main, while he will not find himself a victim right at that point in time. As ECFN though, lucky enough to hit the right timing here. Smoke coming through middle. Players might just appear on short. Hunden goes exactly that direction. And if he dies, he leaves alone Stefan back on the B site. Now as it rotates away, that should be the announcement for ECFN to not do any major moves anymore. Hunden stays back into the kitchen. Stefan waits for that players to come over, and that hurts to watch. They're losing one after another. And where was the focus from Keto? They're flawless. Windigo into the 11th.
Oh god. Now they're in really big trouble.
That's true.
They have to fast by now. And if this doesn't work out, gonna be 14 to 12 for Windigo. Really hope it's working. And Keto goes for the helmet. I really dislike it.
Yeah, it's actually costing you a lot of money right here.
350, and it's not like they have so much money to spend.
True. With no bubble, though, down to 59. Oh, he tries to get those wall bangs very close towards Stefan. Don't connect it yet. There he moves away. Doesn't want his life to be taken out. Keto with one. Ships, though. Yeah, he gets those players. No, Hunden wants to flank around there, but might be not able to get himself any further. As Punisher just waits it out. There you go. Hunden, he wants bubble. You could get him if he has the right kind of timing. And there he does so. Exactly that. Finds himself one, not more. Overpeaks it unnecessarily, you could say. 40 more seconds. A side is clear. The bomb shifts over to the other position now. And Spellin, oh, he avoids it right there. Oh no, and Stefan, he didn't need to announce himself. He does it either way. And that looks like an unhappy Stefan, actually.
It's not going to be the first time that Windigo actually takes the lead. Apart from the first pistol round. It's at a crucial moment that I take it.
Yeah, I mean... I'm not quite sure if that's working really that much right now.
Next gun round is really, really important. They really have to stop giving Windigo all that mid control.
I mean, besides that mid control, which you can sometimes let yourself like Cyrus on play, it's a little bit worrying how they do this. Punisher gets himself probably that drip pull. No, he does not. ECFN finding himself just one. Cyrus with a nice try. Victor down to 24, but ECFN with the AK probably won't do the change at that point in time. As he should consider maybe keeping that rifle for the upcoming round and not...
Bomb has been planted.
Given
He should
that...
save it.
It's a, yeah, exactly. He should save it, but...
Especially because he can't really damage the T's economy, they don't care. They will buy every round from now on anyway. It really doesn't matter.
That's a little bit of a problem right now. As you say it right now, 7k on Spellin, and the rest of the team, it's going to even increase.
10k, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane amounts of money.
So it's got to be Hunden leading his team through right now and allowing them to get back into this match. You don't want to see your team struggling right here, right now.
The issue is really, if you look through the rounds, then only like one round was close and the other rounds were real big storms.
That's true. And I mean, technically speaking,
so hard.
Technically speaking, the terrorist half is better for Windigo by a good few percentage points, but it's not like alternate attacks usually struggles much on that one. So I'm not quite sure how to feel about it. I'm not quite sure what we're going to see right now. But you need to expect from them that there's more to come. Otherwise, it all might fall short for the site of alternate attacks. After they had such a great fight, after they delivered us a quite decent first half, it's kind of crushing at this point in time.
What I'd like to see is that if Susan has so much information in mid that someone just pushes up mid with a rifle and he backs him up, and they have a lot of information if they would just push up there. But again, they play so defensively, it just looks like they have no confidence at all anymore.
The problem right now is they're standing in front of the gates of the side of A. Bubble comes in here with the assist and smoke. Cyrus-on does nothing else than check middle still. And take a look how they're falling for this right now. Take a look how they're shifting away from the A-bomb site, giving Windigo so much opportunity to make a move on it.
Smart thing, but it's way too late to mid push. It had to happen like 20 seconds earlier.
And with ECFN and his team right now a little bit struggling towards the position they're staying, it might be him finding more. No, it's all falling down in seconds! Stefan got himself the bomb, but this is all he has retrieved for the moment. And this looks extremely gnarly right now for Stefan. He's forced to retreat away. 14-12. And that economy from Windigo. Excuse me, that economy from aTTaX. What are you saying?
Were you watching Cyrusson?
No, I think I wasn't watching Cyrusson.
He just ran from CT spawn to Shadow with his AWP out like a total maniac. I'm not sure what
Well, he had a plan, I can't imagine, but that plan was wrecked.
It was an interesting plan for sure.
It was, but either way, 14-12 might turn into 15-12 quite soon. In case those pistols don't deliver us anything crazy, talking about that, ECFN finds himself one, gets himself a second, he knifes that one nearly! Oh, that was so close! He had that one out, and luckily, Bubble still has the right kind of timing. AK for free onto Stefan. Unbelievable scenes here, Jan.
Gonna happen again. You're gonna witness another eco round winner, I guess, because the health is looking so much better for aTTaX. They are basically 2 hits away from dying from the AK from Stefan. And if he has good timing, he can catch Punisher off guard. Yeah, he has perfect timing. Oh, not a bit too late, unfortunately.
And it seems like Punisher has the right kind of angle to find Stefan. If he doesn't find his shoulder first, he sees him. Only Bubble to find, coordinated together. And they might find themselves victorious. They have a smoke to do, so Bubble's out. I can't believe what I'm seeing here, Jan. I can't simply believe what I'm seeing right here. As alternate attacks deny the round number 15 for Windigo with barely having anything in their pockets.
I told you again, you don't have to worry too much because they will win now eco round. It's insane, but it's so strange that Windigo still has so much money to work with. It's like they didn't even care that they just lost the round.
Yeah, it should be right now, though, giving you that kind of morale boost, right? Giving you this kind of attitude change to still be able to win this 16-14. I mean, alternate attacks. This entire world turned around at that point in time.
Especially because they saved the AWP for Cyrusson, so he can buy one even though they lose this round now. So that's super important.
That mid-control move, not happening. They're all playing it once more way passive. Bubble and Ships holding themselves towards the underpass section, but time passes away. And with the time passing away, no mid-control. Easy movement wherever they want to go, and that can kill you so easily. As now the shift comes. ECFN. Flashbang was not right. Hunted. He's fighting together himself free. Together there with Keto and so Punisher and Ships. Stefan has information. He now just needs to focus on exactly that. He finds himself the shot. Only Punisher alive. On the side he is. Cyrusson takes him out. 14-14. I still can't believe what's really happening right here.
So insane how many shots Hunden is hitting now. I didn't think that he'd get through that. It was really well played by him.
It was. It's together with Keto, they got themselves major mid-control.
Yeah.
And it's just 2 more to pull through. If you keep your focus up high right now, then this could be all going extremely good.
And the important is that they still have a lot of money for the last one if they lose it.
That's also true. So, beneficial economy on both of the sites. 100 rotating back. Another smoke that's blocking now the vision of the Danish IGL. And there might be a jump coming in. ACFN just needs to be ready. He shifts his eyes into the other direction. Victor finds Keto, who was already low HP. This is the way you can take A-side control. Hunden tries to utilize, though, on a distraction built up, and he finds himself bubble. One player less now on the side of Windigo. And we're Stefan finding himself another. This is all working out so well. Only ships to get. He starts with one. He starts not with a second. The 15 is there for aTTaX. It looked really horrendous, horrible, abysmal for aTTaX a few rounds back. And then with just pistols, Swanee, they somehow magically made it.
It changed the entire game. But again, I'm really impressed with Hunden in mid. It was such an important kill and he pulled through with it, which he usually doesn't. That's but true.
Really good fragging, something you usually don't see from Hunden, as he is the mastermind behind their alternate attack site. And now the aggression from Cyrus on in around number 30. I'm not sure if I like it, or if I shall hate it, but either way, not too much time left. And wait, I just did realize what Keto bought.
Yeah, he's had enough.
He's really not in this game anymore, and he might have the perfect tool to successfully shut down any aggression from Windigo right now. I imagine some angry tweets maybe after this. I could technically imagine this. First of all, we're going to take a look at Keto only, as free Windigo players are shifting towards A main and might be an easy victim for that Scar 20. The smokes are going to pop very soon. Keto could consider to take the aggressive angle. There they all come. The smokes are popping, the flashbangs. And there you take a look. No shot. Nah, there's the first one. Ships is down to 44. It doesn't help him too much. Hunden is blind. Cyrus makes his first. Hunden with another. As Keto prepares that one with his auto sniper for him. The smoke from Keto has faded. He might find himself Punisher. He sees where he is, pins him down. Punisher's not coming out so fast. Definitely not. One shot. I can't believe what I'm seeing right here. Punisher, the last man alive. 16-14 yen.
Insane.
That was pulled through, full focus, and this is the way alternate attacks are getting themselves that number 16 on the board. 2-0 against Windigo, against the number 25 right now in the world. Quite surprising, you have to say, as alternate attacks is right now at rank number 50. They didn't perform so well at Copenhagen Games or at the German Championship. But in that online best of 3, they're performing quite good. Took down aTTaX last week. Windigo, it's going to be today. If you summarize the game real quick, what are your thoughts about it? Do you think that this was actually Windigo's fault? Because they pulled through quite well towards the end.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Windigo's part with all those eco rounds that they lost. It should never happen. They had this game in the bag if they played the eco rounds a lot cleaner. I'm not sure what happened there, and I'm really can't stress it enough, but aTTaX is such a surprise package.
It is. I mean, today it was beautiful. First map, we saw ourselves actually, we saw ourselves with a very, very beautiful match from ECFN. He stepped up massively.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, it was then him getting shaky. Hunden stepped up on a right level, performing extremely decent. And in the end, that's how it goes, finishing 16-14 on Mirage and making it also work on Inferno. I'm surprised. I'm happily surprised, actually, I have to say. And with that being said, well, on my side was the lovely Swanee, who's the German mastermind behind all of this. My name is Sesht. We're going to run one more commercial break, and then we're out for tonight. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.